from mybodywisecoach.com. Today we're doing the second video in a three-part series, Yoga for Weight Loss for Beginners. And this is for beginners, so we're going to modify things today and we're going to stay on the floor for our entire practice today. If you have a mat, great. If you don't, the carpet is just fine. And we're going to be focusing on building upper body strength and core strength today. So go ahead and join us.
Let's get started on the hands and knees. When you're ready, sink those hips back to your heels for extended child's pose. Take your knees wide here and then bring your toes to touch to give yourself a little release there behind the knees. If it's available, you can release your forehead down to your mat. Extend those arms forward. Find a restful, comfortable position for yourself. And when you're ready, start to take the breath in a little bit deeper, a little bit longer, a little bit smoother. In yoga, we're breathing in through the nose and out through the nose. Our approach to yoga for weight loss is really about becoming connected and integrating breath, body, and mind. The breath is our way in. It leads our connection. So throughout your practice today, continue bringing awareness back to your breath, paying attention to the physical sensations through your body, increasing mindfulness, which carries over into other areas of your life. Take an inventory. Notice areas that feel tight or tense. Consciously relax and soften the neck, the shoulders, the facial muscles, the jaw. Lifting now up to your hands and knees. We're going to move through cat-cow to open up the spine a little bit. So hands just below the shoulders, knees just below the hips. On an inhale, lift the crown of your head up, scoop your belly down, lift your tailbone. And then moving in the opposite direction, arch through the mid-back. Release the crown of your head towards your mat. Scoop out that belly. Inhale back into cow. Exhale, cat pose. Open up that space between the shoulder blades. Inhale one more time back into cow pose. Exhale, cat pose. Releasing to a neutral spine, we're going to move into that modified chaturanga. So shift your weight forward into a modified push-up or modified plank, and then lower down with control, keeping those elbows tucked in tight to the body. Lift the chest, using the back to do the work. Release back to your mat, and then press yourself all the way back to your hands and knees. Sink back onto those heels. Again, inhale, lift, shift your weight forward. Exhale, lower with control. Inhale, lift the head, lift the chest, baby cobra. Exhale, release. Inhale, press back to your hands and knees. Exhale, sink back to the heels. Find your own rhythm. Inhale, lift, shift your weight forward. Exhale, feel the strength as you lower. Inhale, open the chest. Exhale, release. Inhale, press to the hands and knees. Exhale, sink back onto those heels. Pause here for a moment, and then when you're ready, lift back to the hands and knees. We're going to take an extension of the spine here. So when you're ready, reach that right arm forward. Extend that left leg back behind the body. So opposite arm, leg combination. Actively drawing the belly in. Just feel that extension. And then release. We're going to switch sides. Extend the left arm forward. Right leg. Notice one hip is going to want to drop, so just maintain level hips. Release. Again, switch sides. Extend that right arm, left leg, working the low back, working the core. Release. Extend left side, left arm, right leg. Release. We're going to go ahead and flip over now onto the back. Bridge pose is next. So arms down alongside the body. Walk those heels in towards the tail. Lift those hips high to the sky. Make sure that the neck feels comfortable here. Avoid looking side to side. And keep those arms along the side of the body, or you can interlace the fingers, roll onto the outer portion of the upper arms. Active through the belly. And then it's optional here, but perhaps you'd like to close your eyes. There's not much to look at, but there's a lot to feel. Keep that breath flowing unrestricted. And then release back to your mat. Hug one knee and then both knees up to the chest for a little release for the low back. And then set yourself up again. You can walk those heels in a little bit. When you're ready, inhale to lift those hips high to the sky. There's a lot going on here. Strength through the abdominals, firing up the back side of the legs, the glutes, opening the chest. Just pay attention. Notice what you notice, feel what you feel, without judgment. Release back to your mat. Hug one knee up. Hug both knees up. Release. We're going to work a little core. Interlace the fingers behind your head. Soles of the feet flat on your mat. Lift the head. Lift the chest. Peel those shoulder blades off the mat. And then release back to your mat. So think about it like rolling up one vertebra at a time. Pause there at the top. And then release back to your mat. So moving mindfully, moving consciously through so that you're feeling each vertebra peel off the mat. Make sure you're not holding the breath here. Nice fluid movement. A lot of times in other abdominal exercise, it feels kind of like a jerky movement. This is very opposite of that. Just paying attention, doing it in a very conscious way. Now we're going to do some bicycles to target the lower abdominals. So bring one knee up and then both knees. Make sure that you flatten out that low back. And then when you're ready, just extend one leg, just like you're pedaling a bicycle, and then the other. You can put those hands underneath your tail if you need a little extra support. So you've got options. You can continue doing that. You can take yogi bicycles by interlacing your fingers behind your head. This way you get a little crisscross action, working obliques, those internal abdominal muscles as well. Keep breathing. Release back to your mat. We're going to finish with a twist for that spine. So extend your right leg down long on your mat. Draw that left knee up, capture with your right hand, and then just take it across the body. Try to keep both shoulders down on your mat. Send your gaze over your left shoulder. Release. Let's just switch sides here. Draw the right knee up. Take it across the body. Try to relax and soften into it a little bit. Notice if you're gripping or holding on. Try to release. And then come back up. Reach those arms overhead. Find some length to your toes up through your fingertips. You can either place those hands down on your belly or alongside your body. Take those feet nice and wide. Let your feet fall apart. Release those hips down into your mat. Release down through the knees, through the ankles, through the feet. Release, relax, and soften. You can certainly stay here as long as you want or as long as you need. I want to thank you for joining us today. Head over to mybodywisecoach.com. Make sure you get signed up for our newsletter. Subscribe to our feed so that you get the third video in the series. Thanks again, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.